Yo, check one.
Satchel.
Happy Sunday, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to another edition of the OG Show. I go by the name of A&D. Got my main man, Ski Boogie in the building. Mommy, how you feeling, brother?
Yep. It's all good.
We ain't live, baby.
Oh, man, you already know. SKWETBOOGIE in the building. You know what I mean? Hey, shout out to my main man, DJ Straight Up, a.k.a. Satchel, on the cut.
Oh, man, the whole family in here today, man.
DJ Rockets, Ill Kid, Tavon, Cheese. Yo, the whole staff is in the building today, man.
That's what we do on Sunday evenings, man. Shout out to Donnie, y'all. Just killed it with the It's Yours radio. You know what I mean? It's like a family barbecue in here, minus the food.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So if y'all listening, where the food is?
Yeah, you know what I mean? We need a caterer to bring in a couple trays, you know what I mean? So I'm definitely looking forward to building over the next couple weeks. Where's my food at? You know what I mean?
Hey, they feel good to be back though, man.
Man.
We was off last weekend for the holiday.
Had to make room for the DJs, a memorial mix.
Man,
that was epic.
Definitely was, man.
I don't know who's the obviously you're a little biased. I might be a little biased too, but J-Town did his thing on his set.
Yeah, man. You know what? Let me tell you something. J-Town in the building somewhere. I hope he
outside. He ran around the corner. I'm like, J-Town, where you going? He just
no lie though. You know what I mean? I thank God. Me and him, we come from the party Saturday night. We come on about 2 o'clock in the morning, so we at 7-Eleven. I got a little 210s in my truck. A little system knocking the truck.
Right.
Town was like, shoot, yeah, I'm great. Come on. All right, cool. We'll turn you up. Man, he went in, right? So we leave 7-Eleven parking lot, windows down, system cranking, right? So I'm in the turn lane. Look across on the opposite turn lane, going the opposite way.
Yeah.
One of the boys in the all black Tahoe. I'm sitting there looking like, I said, yo.
You peeping him, he peeping you.
But see, the crazy part, I'm like, yo, I think that's the boys.
Right.
Man, listen, we was 2/3 in the wind, so I just kept the music cranking. I said, man, he great come get us on the music. Man, he kept right on going. I said, yo. That's
like when you on 50 coming home from secrets. You can't hit them brakes when you see that guy.
You
just pull your cruise control back, man. 2 or 3 clicks. You know what I mean? Hope he don't come around, turn around on him. You know what I mean?
Going there, man. But shout out to all the DJs that was on the holiday mix, man. It was a load of them. Man.
Incredible, man.
Yeah.
And for what it's worth, Miss London Savoy killed it. She had a fantastic voice. She came into the brew a little bit later and shut it down too. Yeah. So that was definitely dope, man. Yeah. But what else you do, man? Did you get your barbecue in? We talk about barbecue a lot on the OG show.
I mean, oh man, the food was phenomenal, man.
I got some snow crab legs.
The big skeet, man. My dad, he was the one on the grill yesterday. The barbecue I was at.
I don't know who told me, but they were like, yo, you gotta hit a big skeet barbecue because he throw down.
Yeah, the ribs and everything, they was on point, man.
Well, man, sure. July 4th, I'll be waiting for my invitation. You feel me?
All right, say no more. I got you. You know what I mean? Definitely invited to grandma's house.
No doubt, man.
Hey, real quick, big shout out to all the graduates from this past weekend, man. I want to shout out my niece, Tyra Russell, Y High class of 2017. Shout out to Y High, man. I always got to shout out my class. Where I'm from, man.
Well, you got to hit DJ China Doll, too.
China Doll. Yes, definitely. DJ China Doll.
3 years.
Congratulations. Yes, 3 years. Is China Doll still in the building, y'all?
Yeah, I think she is.
I know
I know Ill Kid in here still. But, I can't even keep my kids, with C's.
Man.
It's crazy. She graduated a year early. Supposed to be 12 years. She made it 11. That's what's up, man. But, hey, man. We got a crazy show tonight,
Yeah, we
took a little break, so we had to come back double hard. You feel me?
Definitely do.
Got the main man, Durran in the building, OG promoter from way back.
What's up, bro?
They got my man Andre Collins, 2003 national champion. You know what I mean? It's probably between you and Aaron Camper. You're 2002. Excuse me, I was checked on that. You can check me live on there. It's okay. We make mistakes.
2002, man. It's all good. We all make mistakes.
Hey, man, but it's no doubt. Yeah, but it's between you and Aaron Camper, y'all biggest celebs. So we excited to have you on the show tonight, man.
No doubt, man. I appreciate you having me.
And we got a lot to talk about, man. When we come back from the break, we got a lot to talk about tonight. So we're gonna get to it. But let's talk about a couple things coming up. Around the corner right now. You already got the King of the City. We dropped the promo video for it today. Got the flyer out. You already know the finalists. You got Vipper Man, versus Smooth Tactics. That's gonna be the battle of the brothers. You know what I mean? Their family, their friends, their close. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, that $1,000 up for grabs. So you better show out.
And that's going down where, Andy?
That's going down at the OC Car and Truck Show next Saturday and Sunday in Ocean City, man. So, then you got, T-Hood, and you got 80 bars going together, man. And, this feed, the Facebook message feed, if I could put that out, like, you know how they do the little text joints where they pop up the conversations and they back them up, and it's funny. If I can do the feed like that to show down the talk, man, it's crazy.
That'd be big, man.
But, they're going to do the semifinals on Saturday.
Word.
Then we gonna turn right around, and I told him, yo, you want that crown, you want that $1,000, you gotta be able to come correct. You gotta be ready.
Yeah.
Turn around 24 hours later, you having a final. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, yo, that's what's up, man.
So they gotta prepare themselves, man. Shout out to Reef, man, for helping me get through this. He's the KBL general. Shout out to Ruckus for holding down the hosting over the past couple shows, man. He's definitely been a big asset to the events that are going down. But, we got a semifinal, we got a final going down at the OC Car and Truck Show this weekend. Man, also, we got the live 97.5 OC Car and Truck Show celebrity DJ affair going down.
Big time.
Crazy, yo. Got Power 105, DJ Ambi.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Got the world's greatest DJ, DJ Active. You know what I mean? And then you got Tavon and Ruckus, and it's hosted by, obviously, Ron Banks and Takina. You know how that goes down. And it's Saturday, June 10th. It's 9 till at the OC Convention Center. It's at the same spot the OC Car and Truck Show is going down.
Make sure y'all there. Be there.
It's going to be incredible, man. But, yo, let's get into some music this week. This is actually one of our Beating Down Your Block topics this week. Young Dolph and the Yo Gotti beef and all that. We're going to get to that in a little bit. But this is 100 Shots, right?
Yeah.
And it was talking about, basically what Dolph talking about is the CIAA. He got his car shot up, broad day. They ran out on him, and I think Black Youngster got hit afterwards. But we'll get to that conversation later.
Crazy.
But this is Young Dolph, 100 Shots.
All right, here we go.
Live 97.5, the OG show. Hey, and we back live 97.5, the OG show. And if you weren't with us before the break, we got some very, very special guests in the building tonight. I was corrected before the break, actually. My man Andre Collins, 2002 national champions with the Maryland Terps.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you getting that right that time.
No doubt, man. No doubt. We were talking a little smack off of air, you know what I mean? I said, hey, he came for me live on air. I said, I'm going to come back with the Jordan crying meme face that I've seen Durran share before.
Hey, man. Notice it was shared by somebody from Decatur.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Ask them when the last time Decatur won, man. You know what I mean? So they don't know about that emotion. You know what I mean?
To clarify,
championship.
How many times has Stephen Decatur won?
Championship.
I mean,
is it goose egg for Stephen
Decatur?
Decatur?
A good minute.
He wasn't born.
Championship.
Okay, all right. So it wasn't in the Durran
He
era.
wasn't
then.
born.
No, I wasn't.
He wasn't born.
And you're a crazy Seahawks supporter.
Yeah, I am. Because I played for Decatur. We went hard. We regional championships and all of that, but we never won a championship. So he got that. What am I say?
No doubt. Well, I thought you was gonna come for me personally, so I'm glad it was deflected right off the top. You know what I mean?
I gotta go for the man who created it.
I
gotta go for the man who created it.
You got your own crying meme now.
Yeah,
though.
I had to do it though.
But that's the bro, so it's cool.
Respect, man. Respect. And we talking to Durran too. Man, let's get into the conversation, man. Let's start off first and foremost talking about the AAU team.
Oh yeah, man.
Y'all doing big things right now, right?
We are, man. We got a good group of kids. Program is called We Are One Aces. Basically, what we did, we linked up with the AAU program that's based out of Philly.
Yeah.
My AAU coach, he has strong ties with them.
Okay.
The kid Trayvon Duval.
Uh-huh.
Dude is probably like the best point guard in the country, man. Guaranteed pro. He just signed to go to Duke.
Wow.
He just signed to go to Duke. It's probably one and done.
You seen Duke?
So he NBA bound.
Oh yeah, legit NBA.
I haven't seen
without
him
a question. Without a question.
I haven't.
He's like that. Like he's tough. So basically, what we did, me and my old AAU coach, his name is Dwayne Coverdale.
Okay.
Coverdale was working with the elite We Are One program based out of Philly.
Word.
So to try to bring back exposure here because I know how vital it was for me in my career. I wanted to link up and start something down here, man.
Yo, and there's players around here. There's real ballers around here, but sometimes they don't get the access to the proper lane that they need to accelerate. And I'm assuming that's partly what you're doing right now is giving them the opportunity. Correct?
Right. It's always been like that, though. Eastern Shore. We don't get much success. They're not gonna come to the Bayside. And watch basketball.
And that could apply across the board. You
Right.
talk about music, you talk about sports, you talk about politics, whatever you want to talk about. Across the bridge, it's all sometimes a little nose in the air about the Eastern Shore. But we got some good people, and we got some. We got some innovators, and I'm glad to see somebody like yourself come back to the shore and get back, because I've always been here. Durran and I have always held down the shore one way or the other, whether it was through parties or whether it was through I got the sneaker store and the music thing back in the day. It's good to see cats go out and conquer the world and come back and be able to give back to their community. So that's big.
Yeah, no doubt, man. Home is home.
You got any shout outs for the AAU boys right now? Are they listening live right now?
Oh man, they're playing. We have a team right now.
Where they playing?
Playing the championship game up at University of Maryland.
Oh wow!
And man, that was so dope for me yesterday. Like going up there, watching them kids.
Yeah, that's major.
Because I played there, won the national championship there.
For sure.
They get to see history, get to see my picture and everything up in the arena. I thought that was so dope, man, to be able to share that experience with those kids. But they're playing in the championship game right now, and my teammate, his name is Byron Mouton. This is basically his tournament. It's called Six Man Sports or whatever. But so they're doing
incredible.
big things, man.
Yeah.
But shout out to all the coaches, man, in my program.
Hey Skeet, I'm gonna need you not to drop all this fire in the background tonight, man, because I can't concentrate when I'm over here listening to this scratches. I'm like, yo, that was dope. That was hard. All right, so let's talk about we talking about the local and cultivating, growing back to the shore, coming back to the shore and growing the shore organically, man. Let's talk about this. It's a Shore Thing basketball camp that you do, man. Tell me a little bit about what you're doing there.
Right, man. So right now we got the second year. It's the second one of the Andre Collins. It's a Shore Thing youth basketball camp. Starts July 24th through the 28th. Week long camp. Basically what I wanted to do last summer when I had it. I never when I was growing up, I never had a camp like this locally to go to. A week long camp. So basically what I tried to do is basically do the same thing with the camps that they have in the city.
Yeah.
Like the Gary Williams basketball camp.
And explain that. I mean, for the listeners that might not know the difference between a local camp and a DC or across the bridge camp.
Right.
What's that like?
Well, basically not knocking anyone's camp or whatever they doing, because I believe in supporting everybody.
For sure.
I want everybody to win.
Most definitely.
But basically, most of the camps here, it's usually like a 2-day, 3-day max type of camp. So basically, what I wanted to do a Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 3:30 type of camp, where you bring in NBA players, you bring in other professional players played overseas.
Yeah.
Last year I brought in my agent. I brought a correctional officer, because my camp is not really just about basketball. I want to teach the kids more about life as well.
Most definitely.
My slogan is excellence on the court and in life. So
what does that mean to you? I mean, you've kind of accelerated. You've gone to the pro level. What does that mean? What does that quote mean to you?
I mean, it means the world to me. You basically, in order to succeed, it's not just about basketball. Like you take me right now, like my basketball career is over.
Yeah.
But I'm still succeeding in life. I'm still being a good person out here, making good decisions, good choices. So that's what that means. And you just get the real. When you come to that camp, I'm bringing in everybody. I'm bringing in a prison guard. I'm bringing in a pastor. Yeah. I had my pastor come in and speak to the kids as well. I think, especially this day and age, man, they need to hear every side. The bad, the good. They need to hear it all.
And I can't say more that that's inspiring, and that's incredible from somebody that yourself have achieved a lot of success in your life, and to be able to give that back, on a street level, on a real level, on an OG level, that's official, man, for sure.
Yeah.
So
I don't mean to cut in, but live update. The team is up 27-17 at halftime. We up.
Yes, sir. By the way, we playing against Team Durant, man. That's Kevin Durant's team.
no doubt, yeah, that's crazy. And we had a we had a conversation about that going in. I mean, you got the win, or y'all think you confident? You got it?
Yeah, I'm confident, man. It's halftime. We trying to basically what we trying to do, man. We trying to get all the elite kids,
right?
And like I said earlier, it was vital for us coming through when we played. You had guys like my older brother, Brian Pope, Albert Morin. We had all those guys, man. And basically what Dwayne Coverdale did, man. He just took the best players in this area, and we went and battled against anybody.
Yeah.
And we made a name for the shore. So that's basically what we're trying to do. We're trying to bring that back.
Well, that's great, man. I'm glad to hear that. So let's move on from the AAU thing. Let's talk about the upcoming, what's going on, because we've had this conversation on the OG show a few times. Skeet, we've talked about like Donnie O, or when we had Devin Beck and we had Shelton Hawkins on. We wanted to see a official celebrity basketball tournament go down on the shore, and we had dropped your name, considering that you was back around, and I know you was doing the camps and all that. So now it sounds like something's starting to gel together. We got something coming to fruition, right?
Oh yeah,
tell me about that.
Most definitely. So basically,
and hold on one second. For all the Facebook Live watchers and listeners, you could tune in. We shared them on all our page. I had a technical difficulty, so if y'all want to share it back on your page, But let's talk about this, because this is major. This is a big move.
Yeah, no doubt. It's called the Andre Collins Celebrity Classic. It's July 1st. We actually been working on this for a minute, man. Basically what we're doing is I'm bringing up bringing awareness to 3 different causes: bullying, then this whole drug epidemic.
Mm-hmm.
We got going on. A lot of people are losing their life, man, to this drug thing, and a lot of families are left hurt out there. And then the last one, gun and gang violence. And with the gun and gang violence, I reached out to Rakeem Russell's mother, Chanel Johnson.
Now to give a little background, you're talking about Rock, right?
Yeah, Rock. The kid who was murdered, at the hotel up on 13.
Correct. And it was from a stray bullet.
Right, straight bullet.
It wasn't even aimed for him.
Exactly. So basically, it's just another way to try to make this community grow, man. It's not just about Salisbury. With any of the things I'm doing, not about Chrisfield. It's about the entire shore. And try to build this shore back up, to the place that it was when we were growing up.
And that's incredible, man, because we talk too often about whether it's artists being dumb, getting themselves in hot water, doing crazy.
Exactly. When they already got the money, you ain't got to do the dumb stuff.
Like and like these young guys listen to it and they follow that, and all they really have is sports or entertainment to latch on to, and
right.
The entertainment part of it is exactly that. It's a show, it's a front, and a lot of these rappers, ain't really about that life, or are trying to glorify a life that isn't to be desired. So y'all being able to do something like that is incredible, man. That's dope.
Right, and that's the sad part though, what you just said, man. Because they not being real. They don't understand that they role models. They have little kids following them.
No doubt.
They have kids following them, man.
Hey, man, and at the Dead Stock OC store, I got a lot of new customers sliding through, and they're like, "Yo, are these shoes real or are they fake?" And my first statement is, "World full of fake. You got to be real." You know what I mean? So that's dope, man. But going back to the celebrity game, let's talk about that a little bit. I mean, what's that look like? Let's have a conversation about something that maybe we could put together as a show that bringing some of the top talent in the area back together. What's that look like?
I mean, obviously we can bring in all the locals that the local great, the legends, local legends.
That goes out to you, Donnie O.
Right, most definitely.
That goes out to you, Hawk.
Donnie O, Hawk, that's my man. Hawk was a part of that. I forgot to mention him when I was talking about Dwayne Coverdale earlier, man.
Okay.
The AAU thing. Hawk was my teammate on that Delaware Sharpshooters team. But all those guys, man. Eddie Miller, Craig Wander, you know, Bubby Brown, Jermichael, you know, like anybody who Albert Morin, you know, I'm trying to bring out all the legends in this area, and then you know, and then we also got some good names. Dante Green, he was with the Sacramento Kings. Went to Syracuse. He's like best friends with my cousin. Then we have Pat the Rock. You know, I don't know if a lot of the young guys know who Pat the Rock is, but he's a legend himself. You know what I mean? He does the he's a founder of the Pat the Rock Basketball Academy, Skills Academy, out in Rockville, Maryland. But he's a trainer. He was a part of the one of the originals on the N1 mixtape tour. Right. You know, dude is crazy handles, crazy game.
Nah, I mean, you think of hot sauce, you think of Pat the Rock, in my opinion. Right. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, he's definitely an OG in the basketball game, and definitely in that, like, you know, that urban street ball arena. So that's what's up, man. And you were talking to me about, you know, maybe a clinic going on with him. Oh yeah, he's also going to be running a clinic for us that morning. And that clinic is basically a fundraiser for my AAU program, for the We Are One Aces AAU program. Word. So this sounds like, I mean, it might be more than a notion, then it may be a little bit of something in the mix. You know what I mean? So, you know, it sounds dope. Y'all got any timeline? Y'all got any idea when this is gonna come together? Oh yeah, July 1st. So that's stamped. It's stamped. July 1st. This is going down. Yes, sir. Celebrity basketball tournament. Now, how can they get with you to get, you know, involved or get on board, or are you reaching out to everybody that needs to be a part of it?
Well, we still putting it together. You know what I'm saying? So, eventually, when we create the Facebook page and the IG page and just let people, you know, give the contacts out, it'll probably be in another week or two. But they'll have all the information that they can, you know, reach out to us, participate, donate. Sponsorships are welcome. Like, we're doing a bunch of different stuff. So, and like he said, he has like legit athletes coming through, professional athletes, like hometown legends and heroes and things like that. So I came in and I wanted to kind of, you know, it's a celebrity game, so you kind of want some entertainment as well. So, you know, I reached out to like the owner of Pohanka, Sandy. Like, I told her, you know, people would pay money to see her lace up. So I'm trying to get her to play. She gave me a maybe. So we'll see if she would. I told her to give me 3 minutes.
Shout out to Sandy, so, man. If she can cross somebody up on court.
Yeah, we just want some local influencers involved as well. I'm gonna holler at Wes Hanna from Blue River.
Nah, I know Wes can't get on the court.
Yeah, let's put him on skates real quick. Mick, put him in the mix. So
Wes just bought 2 pairs of sneakers. He sent me a text of the other day, man. He might be with it.
So, you know what I'm saying? And also, like, you know me, I'm gonna bring in the celebrity aspect as well.
Yeah, so, of course. Top secret.
Without like giving out a bunch of hints, the blue moon is in the sky. You know what that means.
Yeah, top secret. No doubt, man. We keep it
some
exclusive.
Black Bottle Boys and some Double M geniuses through. So,
well, that sounds dope, and you already know the OG show back to support. You know what I mean? We was talking about we were actually talking about off air. You know what I mean? Who will be holding down the set, and you already know. If you need the OG show in the building, we already in there, most definitely. So that's what it is, man. Hey, let's change gears, man, for a second. We'll come back to the whole after party and the celebrity event and all that. But
there's an after party for sure.
Durran, let's talk about the Wale tour, man. How'd you get yourself in that situation?
So me and my partner, we created this brand, and basically we just, for the past few years, you know. He's in LA. He has an agency. So basically, what he does is booking, marketing, and branding for rappers, rock stars, movie stars, etc. So he's more in the booking department of it. And with me coming up, I was like the promoter. So me and him would go hand in hand. Like, if I needed an act and I couldn't get my hands on him, I'd reach out to him. And he just saw how I was moving here, and he's like, for real, I was kind of providing like a once-in-a-lifetime experience for the shore sometimes, you know what I'm saying? So they're seeing people here that they would never have seen ever here, you know what I'm saying? So me and him sat down one day and we were just thinking, like, you know how, so you know how, like, if an artist is needed in a certain city for a one-off party, or if they have a tour going on and there's an after party in your city that night, we were looking at how, like, it's such a headache for the artists, for their manager, because they gotta they're hearing from probably 9 or 10 different promoters in one city. They got to weed through and figure out which promoter is legit, which one really has the money, which venue has a hole in the wall, which venue is legit.
Right.
So we developed a company where we kind of like represent the artists. So instead of the management having to talk to 9 different people in Salisbury, for example, they talk to us only.
And that's where Studio & Co comes in, right?
Exactly. So we bridge the gap for them. So we got a roster of Wale, who else we got out here? The Weeknd, John B, Tory Lanez, Bryson Tiller. We had Kodak Black before his situation.
Yeah,
we got some old school guys like Busta Rhymes and things like that. So anyway, long story short, we usually have reps like interns and things like that we send out on the tours, because anytime we set up something, like anybody who's on tour, we do the after party for every city.
Right.
So we have to send somebody out there to make sure the money's straight, make sure the rider's good, make sure the club is doing what they're supposed to do. So being as though me and Wale, we kind of have a personal relationship through family and all of that, and I've known him for a while.
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go out here with him on this run to get a vibe for it, and see if it makes sense for our reps to be out there and just make sure it's a positive environment. And for real, I honestly just wanted the experience myself.
Yeah.
So I went ahead and did it, man.
Now let's back it out. Let's put ourselves in the day in the life situation. Like what happens when you're on the road? What's your responsibility? How?
So my responsibility. So my job is basically I manage the after party.
Okay.
So let's a daily scenario. Let's say our first date was May 5th. We were in Atlanta.
Okay.
All right. So a month before the May 5th date, I'm answering calls, answering emails, issuing contracts, and seeing who's the best nightclub and promoter in Atlanta that can handle the Wale after party.
Right.
So the day comes. Obviously, they had to send a deposit, so we knew they were serious. We issue contracts, all that works like a couple weeks before.
Right.
So when the day comes, we show up. Wale does the show. Actually, during the show, and probably like a half an hour left in the show, I gotta leave. I leave the show, I go to the venue, I do a walkthrough. I make sure that his section is set up perfectly. They have the bottles or whatever he asked for that he needs to, make his job go well.
Right.
Make sure I collect the back end money, make sure the money's damn legit. Do a walkthrough with the security, make sure the exits are legit, all the safety precautions, things like that. I go back, pick up Wale, and I go back, I pick up Wale, and I'm kind of like babysitting for real. So I got to make sure he shows up at the club at the right time. So bring him into the club. We just do the usual party thing. You know what I'm saying? And then we roll. That's pretty much my job. But I'm rolling with them from city to city and just handling the business of the after party for every city, basically. And,
no doubt.
It's cool. I mean, I was nervous at first because these kids is like 25 to 30. I'm 35, bro. So like, I wasn't really vibing with them like that. We different. You know what I mean? It's a 10-year gap. You know what I'm saying?
And with wisdom comes experience. You've done everything they've done twice. And
I'm old. I got Kendall back here wanting to know when I'm coming home. You know what I'm saying? So they do some things that I don't do. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm on a tour bus with 12, 13 guys traveling at 10 hours at a time. And I'm just like, I'm not with it, bro. So I'm calling home. I'm like, yo, I think I'm gonna take this one off. I think I'm done. And my folks is like, bro, like, just stay with it. You know what I'm saying? So at least get the experience for the next situation. You know what I'm saying? So I just devised a plan. So I'm not gonna ride the tour bus anymore. So now I'm flying from city to city and just meeting them guys there. Cause bro, like, we did the Atlanta show, we did the North Carolina show. The next show was Houston. I looked at the schedule. It said 17 and a half hour drive. I called an Uber, bro. Like, take me to the airport. I waited for him in Houston because it's just too much for me. So, but it worked out. It was cool. I'm glad I stayed because I almost quit. So I'm glad I stayed and like stuck it out. I took a couple of dates off or whatever, but it worked out. You know what I mean?
No doubt. And I can understand that being, I had a choice at a certain age, you know what I mean? And you was in and out of our conversations with Larry back in the day when we were doing our thing. So, it was like, either I make that full-on commitment that I go somewhere where it's supposed to be, you know what I mean? Or, I got 2 kids. I stay with them and not create something here. So I always said, like, even back then, I was like, yo, I want to be the East Shore Bun Big. Like, I want to be somebody that is, you know, a culture hub for my area, and I can keep feeding different things all the time.
Yeah.
And, you know, here we are, fast forward 5 years later, you were like, yo, I'm trying to get on tour with such and such,
Yeah.
and now, you know what I mean, we both doing the same, you know, we're doing what we wanted to do,
Yeah,
whatever
came to
makes us
life.
happy in life, you know what I mean? So that's dope, and salute to you for doing that, man. So I was curious, you know what I mean, because I'm seeing the pictures, I'm looking online, and you know what I mean, it's like sometimes you know you don't know what that lifestyle life. So
Yeah, you don't.
that for whoever out there listening, the artists that are listening, you know, when you make that commitment, you gotta go all the way in. That means no sleep. That means no family. That means, you know, sitting in the back of a bus by yourself somewhere. You know what I mean?
Trust me, like, I got, Kendall calling, when you coming home? Am I coming this weekend, this, that, and the third? And then I got, it's 10 in the morning and we eating Doritos for breakfast. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, mentally, it'll break you a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, I can't, I'm ready to come home. Like, you know what I'm saying?
No
So,
doubt.
I mean, it's a gift and a curse. But somebody told me a long time ago, they like, Durran, man, you know, like, half of your problem is you're in your own way. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I had to get out of the way and kind of let God do his thing. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm spiritual, I pray, and I'm blessed. You know what I'm saying? So I had to learn to get out of my own way. Like, I'm overthinking everything. You know what I'm saying? Before I do it, I'm saying to myself, yo, it's not gonna work out. I'm being negative before I even step into it.
So all the YGs, this is every show we find a pro tip. You know what I mean? OG show pro tip out of each one. And I would have to say that's the one.
Yeah, bro.
You know what I mean? Stay out of your own way. You know what I mean? Find your own lane for yourself. As long as you're being happy doing what you're doing, you're always going to come back to where you're supposed to be at in the beginning. That's what you dreamed of. Then if you just get out the way and try to stop forcing it, it'll work on its own. So respect for that, man. And you know, let's go back to the College Classic. You know what I mean? Coming up July 1st, correct?
No doubt, July 1st.
And we got a lot of conversation topics with it. There's going to be some more information coming out over the next week about it, I'm assuming.
Yeah, so you got the game you got the camp in the morning. We're gonna set the game up in the daytime. The game is for everyone, you know, from 2 to 200. No matter your age, come out, support. We're gonna have a couple speakers, couple intermission situations, some meet and greets. Obviously basketball, food, music. We're just doing everything within the day, and we finally decided. We were thinking and not really too sure. We're gonna definitely do an after party.
That's what's up.
So everything's gonna go on July 1st. So you can see your kid at the clinic in the morning, entertainment with us in the daytime, family fun. Put the kids to bed and come party with us at night. You know what I'm
I found doing events, the most success comes from when you parlay a good, you know what I mean, positive thing with, you know what I mean, a good old, clean, old-fashioned fun too. So
Right, no doubt.
You know
And
what I mean?
it's for a great cause.
For
You
sure,
know what I mean?
for sure. That's that 100% is for sure. Well, yeah, man. Let's get on with it, man. We haven't had two guests at the same time, so we've been talking for 25 minutes. You feel what I'm saying? But let's get on with the show, man. Next track, man. Ski, I'll let you do it, man.
We're going to get into that Misdemeanor to Elliott. I mean, she I ain't
Is she
say
back?
She been here.
She
been
pop up
quiet.
whenever she
She's
wants
been
to,
quiet,
yeah.
You know what I mean? So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get into that I'm Better remix featuring Eve, Lil Kim, Trina, and Lan. She tough.
All right, that's what it is.
95, baby. OG show, let's go.
Live 97.5, the OG show, and we back. Rock and stock, you already know.
Baby.
Give you a quick breakdown since we've been going for a couple weeks. What we do on Rock and Stock is
It's been a couple weeks.
Yeah, it has been a couple
It's
weeks.
only been a week. Well,
Or 2 weeks. I mean,
something like that.
2 Sundays.
Yeah,
let's just say.
technically, you're right.
Yeah, I mean, so what we do on Rock and Stock is we talk about the newest footwear coming out, newest gear coming out, and we talk about with our guests we talk what they wear if they're going out, their outfit grid. All right, so. What we're going to talk about first is we're going to talk about the DMP pack. The 14s and 13s came out this week. DMP pack is inspired by Jordan's greatest moments. And, he he put out a pack. They did the 6 and the 7 pack. They've done a few packs, but the look is always a black shoe with a white shoe, and it's got gold touches all through. You've seen the pictures already, right, Ski? So they did the 13 and the 14, and I must say, man, I'm pleasantly pleased with the 14. The 13 are definitely a neck breaker, you know what I mean? Like the 11 lows with that gold patent, I feel like they took the gold patent left over from the 11s or this Pinnacle 6s, and they just had this one big sheet of gold, and they just put it on. Yeah, they just put it on everything. They were like, yeah, we're gonna put some 11s out, we're gonna put some 13s out, we're gonna put some, you know what I mean? So I'm not as impressed by the 13s as the 14s. I would definitely have to say if I took one, and I don't like 14s at all because I got a wide foot, so you know they ain't gonna fit right on my foot. But I would definitely take the 14s over the 13s. What are your thoughts? You like the 13s or 14s?
The whole, both of them. I mean, like you know me, so it's just. I don't know. I'm with it though.
I mean, but you're definitely right. Like you go for them bang outfits. You got them freshies on.
Yeah,
you know
right.
What I mean? So I can see you popping up with it. Durran, what's your thoughts, man? You liking the gold 13s or the?
I just want the 14s.
Just the 14s.
I'm trying to come across the 14s, just like they are. Like for real, that was my best basketball shoe. It was the most stable. Cut.
See, that's the thing that holds me up with them, because I got this like fat, like hard foot. You know what I mean? I feel like those 14s just like they're uncomfortable to me. They constrict me, but
they were kind of hard too.
You wear like you an 8, you're an
8.5, 9.
Yeah,
so the toe would like is really the shoe. It kept your foot like really tight. You know what I'm saying? No movement. Doubt. Like the cut game in those shoes was probably the best.
No doubt.
Yeah.
What about you, Andre? What you think?
See, he talking about all this hooping stuff, man. Like, he needs a particular shoe, man.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Let's ask his side note. Side note, what did you ball in? Well, I mean, what was your go-to?
I got it done in whatever, man. but we talk, I'm more like a Concord, Space Jam type of guy, you know what I mean? But
what'd you think of the DMP pack?
Nah, I like them, man. They tough. You know, I actually didn't see them until you showed me earlier.
I definitely think it's a stocker piece, you know what I mean? For me, I don't know if I'm rocking them out like that, you know what I mean? They definitely one that's going to sit in the closet and just kind of collect dust because, you know what I mean, they're just not, I'm not going to find an outfit with them. B, if I do, I'm going to look at them like 10 times and be like, I can save these for another day, you feel what I'm saying? So, I don't know. I ain't so, but you know what I mean. At the end of the day, they definitely a hot pack. The construction on the outside of it, the coloring on it, the fact that they had this pack together. So yeah, no doubt, man. All right, moving on. We got the Yeezy Power Phase just dropped this week in crazy limited quantities. The only thing that stands out about these, I mean, it ain't like a brand new shoe like the Yeezy was when it came out. Like this was a innovator when the Yeezy came out. You know, these Power Phases, man, it's like it's a basic grandpa shoe, but like they put Calabasas on the side, which is actually one of our beating down your block conversations tonight too.
Yeah, a little something about it.
It's dumb. It's dumb. It's just dumb.
It's dumb,
it's
right?
all dumb. That's all I can say about it. Like, I'm a sneakerhead. I'm all about every sneaker, old, new, and they just, in my opinion, they misleading these kids, man. All these hype beasts, and they creating this stuff.
That's the word I was going to use.
They're taking something super old that we laughed at, or we only wore because we couldn't afford anything else.
They look like fish heads.
Changing one or two things on it, and then putting a price tag on it that's out of control, and these kids now don't know any different. You know what I'm saying? They just going crazy. It's dumb to me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, stop following these trends, man. Spending this money on these shoes when you could buy a lot of different things with that same money. You know what I'm saying?
2017, the kids say anything go.
And all these kids,
anything go. I mean, like you said, we used to laugh and stuff like that, but now.
There's no rules, no rules. They don't stand by nothing.
You see Lil Uzi with this. He was at some award show. I think it was the Billboard award show or something. He's got like this fishnet shirt on. He's got a clutch. He's got a woman's clutch, like a personal clutch, and it might be some Dior or something. But
again, it's all dumb.
Look, freedom of expression is fine, but in hip hop, like I'm not saying like there's sexism or there's like a certain way things gotta be, but like we grew up on. All of us in the room grew up on Biggie, Pac, Nas, you know what I mean, whatever. So it's like, you know what I mean, just don't whack out the lane. And my man Devin Beck's voice, you know what I mean? Don't whack out the lane.
The kids can do what they see. So something like that, come on, man.
It's dumb.
It's
I don't even have another word.
You're losing the
It's
kids,
dumb,
man.
bro.
Right. I mean, the
No.
kid, and you know what? I think it's partially because kids are leading kids. You know what I mean? Kids are having, they're
but
fatherless at homes, or they're having kids too young, and like these guys are growing up 18, 19, now they're 20, early 20s, mid 20s. They're the stars that, you know what I mean? Like, they probably were like the ones standing on the corner, like wishing they had outfits like other people. But then when they finally got it, they were like, you know what? We're just going.
But at some point,
whatever.
you got to put some accountability on the parents, bro. My mom was not gonna let me wear that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care who had it on.
Yeah.
Either if it was too expensive or if it just looked dumb. I keep saying that word. But if it looked dumb, my mom not let me wear that. I don't care.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying?
So-
And it's stupid. So I hate to do this. I'm gonna be done after this. So, like, for example, we got this basketball camp, something that could put you in a better situation, give you some
Of course.
exposure. I mean, it's a lot of single moms out here with their kids or whatever. And let's say the camp is $100. We got to sponsor some of these kids and donate packages for these kids to be part of this camp. But you go in and buy them $250 shoes that really cost $60. Like, at some point, the parents got to prioritize the situation, man. Like,
Yeah.
come on, bro, it's dumb.
No doubt. If you know, as a child or an adult,
I'm done.
if you can't afford it, and I tell people all the time to come into the store, they're like, "Yo, this is so dope. How much is it?" And I'm like, $550, and they're like, but yo, it's so dope. Like, yo, can I get this? Or like, let me look at my money. And he, like, young bull came in this weekend. He had $240. He's down for senior week, right?
Mm-hmm.
The shoe was like, I wouldn't even tax it. I was like, yo, I'll give it to you for $200. He's like, yo, I only got $240. Bro, how you gonna eat
For
the
your
rest of the
entire
week? You're
stay,
down for a
bro.
week.
Yeah.
They
I talked
low-key
him out of the
savage.
shoe. I was like, yo, like, if you want to get a shoe, like, I got this beater over here, $70. You know what I mean? Like,
Low-key,
take that one. You
they're
feel
low
me?
key savage over this stuff. And then, okay, so I got $240 on me. I'm here for a week. I'm gonna spend $200 on these shoes so I can be fresh. I got $40 to eat and everything else for the week.
Right.
So what does that lead me to do? I might rob somebody later.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
or you eat
it's
McDonald's
promoting
all
the
week,
wrong
one or the
thing,
other.
bro. Like,
I
dumb.
feel you.
Dumb.
So, like, I mean, I think it's a unanimous decision tonight on the OG show. The Yeezy Power Phase is whack.
No.
We ain't rocking. We ain't stocking. Yeah, that go in the garbage. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, Yeezy, you know, Calabas is all you want to. You can Calabas his ass out of here. You feel what I'm saying? You feel me?
Facts.
So, moving on, all right? We got the Nike Cortez, another classic making its resurgence, but, you know, for a much more reasonable price point. They're $90. They got all sorts of different colorways coming out, but they did one showing support to the LBGT community, which is, you know, is good. You know, and I know we were throwing shade at Lil Uzi for his expressionism when it comes to his clothing, but, you know, LBGT, we are big supporters on the OG show, I would say. And you know, to be able to hold on, we got a breaking news report.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What happened, Andre? Tell me
Yes,
the breaking
sir.
news, baby.
Them boys went up there and got it done, man. Shout out to my 4th and 5th grade team.
Hey.
Coach Vernon, Coach Reek, the whole squad, man.
So we've been talking the whole time. The topic earlier was the AAU program that Andre is mentoring them with. They were playing in the championship game up at your alma mater
Yes,
today,
sir,
correct?
at University of Maryland.
So, you know, they caught the W today. So big salute to the what do they go by? What's the team?
We are one Aces.
We Are One Aces. Shout out to the We Are One Aces, man. Bringing home that W back to the shore, man. That's big. That's big. Flex dropped some bombs on him.
Yeah, drop it for
But
him.
you know what?
I call that clutch
Skeet dropped
action.
the bombs on
We
him.
call that-
I don't
we
even
call that clutch
as much
action.
hating as I do on Flex. He ain't got the
You know
bombs
what,
no more.
real
Skeet
quick,
got the
real
bombs.
quick though, everybody used the bombs. So Flex fan, you know what I mean? He don't own the rights to it no more. They even use it on the Breakfast Club.
OG show
Yeah.
coming for your neck, youngin. Hey, listen, what you think about the Cortezes, though, man? I relate them to the Forrest Gumps. I call them the Forrest Gumps. You know what I mean?
Me, I'm not feeling them at all.
I think
I'm
it's
not feeling them. I think it was dope what they did. You know what I mean? You know, supporting.
now. When the '97s came back with the gold and the silver pack, the silver bullets was fire.
That's a different type of shoe, though.
I understand,
Oh,
but
okay.
what I'm saying is where it's dropped in such scarcity. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
97 ain't been out in a while.
Yeah.
Like for the Cortezes to be coming back around, it's cool. I'm sure there's some, you know what I mean, geriatrics out there that like the 70s look of the Cortez, but with me being an urban street guy, I know Skeet, you know how he rock his clothes, and I know how you guys rock. I doubt you all being there. What y'all thoughts?
It's a no for me, bro.
I just said it. I ain't feeling them.
No doubt. A Skeet.
No. Negative.
It's over.
Like the ones you showed me, like I just like the color scheme there, but nah, like unless you one that don't care what you rock, but you can put a, you know, you got some cats that don't care what it is they rock, but they make the outfit, you know, they put it together.
Right. Yeah.
That's something for them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You ain't catch me on stage nowhere looking like a fool.
I mean, if y'all can hype beast out the Cortezes, I mean, by all means, y'all hype beast out the power phases. So, you know, and here's the thing on Rocket Stock. I don't want to just talk about joints that I like. You know what I mean? I want to talk about some whack joints too. You know what I mean? Because if they ain't popping, they ain't popping, and they're gonna be sitting in the outlets. They're gonna be sitting on the shelf. You know what I mean? Power phase. They might be able to sell out just because of some gold Calabasas on the side, but that's whack to me. All right.
You already got enough money, man. Sit down somewhere. Just chill, man. Take a chill pill somewhere, man.
All right, so you know, moving on to the last part of what we do for Rocket Stock, we always do the clothing gig segment. So you try and get fresh. Let's say you got a show. You know what I mean? You're out of town. What you laying out on the bed before you go out? Because I seen a couple of your grids before.
I kind of stopped doing that. Like, I'm older, I guess I would say, and this is the OG show. So I went for probably a year. I wore no jeans. I was strictly khakis, fresh tee or whatever, fresh kicks, hat, but only khakis. And it's funny because on the way here, Kendall was like, "Dad, like you used to be like anti-denim, and now I have like 15 pair of the same exact jeans with the rip in the knee,
right?
And that's all I wear everywhere. It's like my uniform.
Right.
I either wear camo denim or these ripped jeans. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, the only thing I change up is the shoe and the hat. Like the shirt really don't matter.
Yeah.
And I just had to hit her today because she got a pair of a Nike Air and they're like tennis ball color. And she's like, I don't have anything to match with this. I was
That's
like,
the Volt color.
Kendi, yeah. And I was like, Kendi, now matching is kind of corny. Like you don't want to coordinate like pops all the time. But she's like big on. If she'll have a brand new pair of kicks. If she don't have a shirt to match, she's not wearing them.
Well, I mean, you rock a black shirt with the lime, you know, that Volt color.
So I had to buy her some shirts to go with it, just
for sure,
to know that she's gonna wear it. But personally, me, I don't match really. I don't really care. I just throw it on. If the hat and the shoes match, the shirt and the pants can be anything. It could be whatever, bro.
Right, no doubt. And what's your thoughts, man?
Yeah, I mean, I'm basically like the same. I'm basically the same though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, I don't really put a lot of thought in it. You know, like I just. As long as I have fresh hat, fresh shoes, you know, I'll be able to put something in my closet together. You know,
sure.
I don't even go to the mall, go shopping. I don't do none of that anymore.
Hey man, my favorite places to get, and I literally, like, in my mind, if I got, you know, but shorts, jeans don't matter to me. Like whatever, you know, I stay with a couple camo cargos. You know what I mean? I stay with a jean short, and then, you know, usually I'm wearing comfy shorts. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm talking like the fleece. You know what I mean? Just like some regular old, because you know, the ladies want to see you know, the meat print. You feel what I'm saying? No homo balls on all that. But you know, secondly, you know, it's about being comfortable when you're out swagging in the game. Right. You feel me? And you know, for me, I'm definitely I'm right there with you. I think it's with age it comes a desire to want to be just, you know, cool and whatever you're in. You know what I'm saying? So big shout out to a Skeet in the building tonight, though. He's all the way proper with his game.
Nah, not really.
Mets head to toe.
I ain't do the white pants today. You know, just
nah. You right.
You know, typical through the week, man. New Balance. You know what I mean? Like Durran said, simple. You know what I mean? T-shirt, whatever. Hey, that was a fitted match.
And I'm gonna give a shout out to my man. I'm going back over to Facebook live feed. My man George Ritchie, man. Like he's the manager down on Jolly Rogers Pier. That's where we're at for Dead Stock OC this summer. My man, I've been helping him get fresh. You know, he's already had a closet full of kicks to begin with, but we getting all the releases for him and all that. He says he don't want to wear the same shoe twice all summer. But man, this guy's got more Jolly Roger tees with different colors on them. I mean, he's like the freshest white dude on the on the pier. He killing it. So shout out to you, George, man. He's doing it big. And you know, shout out to everybody else hitting us up on Facebook Live. Got a lot of Andre's inspired youth chiming in, you know, looking for shout outs and giving shout outs. I mean, shout out to my man Charles Waters on here tonight, and my man D-Man Robinson. All right, we're gonna go into the next tracks, man.
Yeah.
What else we got?
What we got coming up next, ladies and gentlemen, inside the OG show. We got New Yo Gotti featuring Lil. That's my fault. I was gonna say Lil Kim. Yo Gotti featuring Nicki Minaj called "Rake It Up." And we can get into my man Interstate Snake. I mean, Martin Lawrence.
That's my guy.
Yeah.
And to break those two things up, we've been talking about Interstate Snake. We try and get him on the show, right, in the next couple of weeks. So we're going to try to make that happen. And then, Yo Gotti is actually part of our Beating Down Your Block report tonight, along with Young Dolph, the controversy they've been having. So, let's get to it right now, man.
All right, Yo Gotti up. Let's go.
Live 97.5, the OG show. Live 97.5 and the OG show, and we back.
You already know what time it is. Ski Boogie for the Beat Down Your Block report. Latest news that's going on in the music industry, wherever, whatever's going on. So
Hip hop, politics, don't matter.
Everything.
We touch it all.
Everything. Inside the OG show.
No doubt.
All right. So A&D, what's up, man? Let's go ahead and talk about the whole London attack.
Man, we gotta get right to that's a world issue right now. This is bigger than Trump, Cheeto Head. You know what I mean? This is bigger than everything right now, man. It's been taking over the news. The first you had the Manchester attacks at the Ariana Grande show, and then they had the London attacks yesterday, which was incredible, man. I mean, it's really it's sad and unfortunate that that had to happen again, because it just went down with the car running over all the people in New York City a few months back.
Man, I watched that video, man. Dude was
ruthless.
Yeah, it was crazy, man.
Ruthless. And ISIS is claiming the responsibility for that. But I mean, that's, to me, claiming things like that when it's like, splinter, whatever they call it, splinter cells or whatever. That's cowardly to me. I think that's ridiculous. I think it's sad, and I don't think it does anything for people's. If anything, it solidifies people. You feel me?
Right.
So dude came in on another attack. The same. I think it was both yesterday. They came in with suicide belts. They were macheteing and shooting up people left and right.
Crazy, man.
And 7 people died. 48 people were injured.
Yep.
Wow. And it's just, they claim themselves to be a detachment of Islamic State fighters. And, it's kind of one of them things where ISIS, if they gonna jump on board with it, you know what I mean, then they're just backing it. You feel me? So it's incredible, man. It's sad, really. It's just.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was watching a clip from it. I'm sorry, you know what I mean?
I got 2 headphones on. Chris said, hold on.
Man, listen, it's sad.
I'm crazy over here.
Nah. I was actually looking at a clip on CNN, and it's a tragedy by all means. And I think, what were you saying? Ariana Grande is going to pay for the victims of the Manchester event,
right? Right here, ladies and gentlemen, it says Ariana Grande offers to pay for the funerals of the Manchester attack victims. Okay, this past Monday night, a terror attack took place in Manchester, England, at an Ariana Grande concert, leaving 22 dead, while 119 were injured. I mean, that's just a small number compared to how many people was actually dead. Like, oh man, could you just imagine? I'm just saying real quick, party-wise, when a fight or something break out, you see that whole crowd shift. You know what time it is.
Right.
So imagine a concert where something just happened.
20,000 people in one spot.
So
people, the little kids that just wanted to see their favorite singer.
Okay, so according to her drummer, and she and her team were heading backstage to their dressing rooms when they realized a bomb had went off. Man, thank God she wasn't actually performing when it happened too.
Right.
Man, come on, man. Sick people in this world, man. Since then, the news has broken that a suicide bomber named Salam Abedi, hopefully I'm saying it right, the way it's spelled, was responsible for the attack and used a bomb filled with nails and boats to attack the venue, according to reports. Man, yeah, that's crazy, man. All right, so according to the online account that follows Grande's career and life, the singer had allegedly pledged to help out the families of the 22 people killed in the Manchester arena. The update from the account said news of Ariana has reached out to the families whose loved ones died last night. She's gonna pay for their funerals. So that's real.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and she didn't have to do that, but man, that's real. Cause the average funeral expense, when somebody dies, and it's crazy, especially if you got no insurance.
Yeah, you talking about $10,000 at least.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
That's real.
And I mean, everybody was just in the UK, we're just getting over the idea of that Manchester event, and then yesterday you got, the second attack in London. It's just, it's sad, man. It's sad, but I don't think it deters. Think about when the World Trade Center happened. You know what I mean? How united the country became at that period of time. You know what I mean? It didn't matter about race issues. Didn't matter about any topic other than patriotism at that point. You know what I mean? It was everybody showed solidarity, from sports players to artists to everything across the board. So in these situations they try to create terror, but human instinct, human race, time and time again, learn to adapt and become stronger for it. So all the prayers and thoughts go out to the UK families out there. I actually have some UK followers that check us on IG Live each week. So prayers and thoughts go out to their families right now for going through that situation and dealing with that. Hopefully that stuff doesn't make it over here. It already has in some ways, but hopefully we can deter this and stop this from happening more. But,
that's wild, man.
And it's sad. Let's keep moving on, man. Let's go on with the next topic.
On to the next situation, and then leading to what you got.
Right.
All right. Jason Whitlock on LeBron. All right. It's not tough being black when you're rich. Okay.
Fellas, y'all stayed out of the politics conversation. Let's get you in on this one.
Before I go into the whole article, this is what he said. It's he basically just said it's not tough being black when you're rich. So it's, man, come on, man. It was like, okay, Jason Whitlock. It was reported Wednesday that a Los Angeles home owned by LeBron James had been defaced by racist graffiti. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Police sources reported that the N-word was spray painted on the front gate of the home.
Correct.
Though LeBron was out of town for prepping for the NBA Finals. Okay. LeBron was quick to respond in a press conference held later that day, when he said, "No matter how much money you have, how famous you are, how much people admire you, being black in America is tough." Honestly, that's real.
That's true.
It's real. You know what I mean? Shoot, it's real for me on my everyday job. It's crazy. So, all right. LeBron was quick to respond. I read that part. Okay. While the basketball greats' comments seemed pretty reasonable to most, at least one public figure was quick to call out LeBron James on his words. Fox Sports reporter Jason Whitlock to James took. All right. So he said hold on. Okay. James took task during a Thursday appearance on the Herd, with the 50-year-old put forth the opinion that racism becomes inconsequential for the target and is wealthy.
So basically, Jason Whitlock was saying, I could capsule this into a small pill. He's saying that because LeBron was rich, that nullifies the racist factor of somebody writing the N-word on the side of a building.
It's crazy.
Agree or disagree? Before we get to the Charlemagne.
That's a big disagree, bro.
Yeah.
Obviously.
I agree.
But there's always someone that's going to say something. There's always someone that's going to say something to the opposite effect, like in any situation. So that's just what people do. You know what I'm saying? And he could be trolling a little bit. That could be really his heartfelt opinion. You just never know, but it's dumb.
Well, and I think trolling is the
hashtag dumb.
Hashtag dumb all day. What Kendall say out there? I guess you use dumb a lot because I use the S word a lot. She said you like to use the S word a lot, but but you're right. You're absolutely right. It's dumb. What's your thoughts, Andre?
Nah, no doubt, man. Obviously, the dude Jason, what's his name? Whitlock.
Jason Whitlock.
Jason Whitlock. I think he probably values money a little bit more than
than his integrity.
His integrity, man. You know what I mean? If you seriously think that you can't be targeted or subjected to racism because you're rich, that makes no sense.
Yeah, basically he said racism is an issue in America, but primarily an issue for the poor. Whitlock continued. It's not a LeBron James issue.
It's like saying you won't get burned if you have an insulated coffee cup. You feel what I'm saying? Like the concept is that that's supposed to make it easier for you to move through life. I'm sure LeBron's had a very gifted life and a very valued life doing what he's done. but that doesn't make you bulletproof to racism. His statement on it is completely null. It don't make any sense. It's dumb, as Durran would like to call it.
Right.
But I think then it comes into the trolling factor. You got Charlemagne, and he's our syndicate, so I'm not gonna go too left like I do on Funk Flex. But Charlemagne, he called him out on the donkey of the day, and he called him the fat ass and fedora or whatever. He had his opinion on what he thought about it, and he really, I felt in a way, and we were talking about this before the show started, I felt like Charlemagne took a TMZ approach at it. He's calling him out on Donkey today. Yes, you got the platform to talk about it, and he did talk about it, and then he came back to it a few days later and talked about it again and brought another community activist on the show to speak on it. I think at the end of the day, and I saw an interview with Ebro, and he was actually on This Is 50, and Ebro called it out and compared it to being soft, sentimental. He was being a crybaby, you know what I mean, and he was doing it for attention rather than doing it for the speaking on it for the matter of what it needed to be addressed, which was the situation itself. LeBron having a racist word written on his house, that is a horrible situation to happen to anybody. And directing your emotion or anger towards Jason Whitlock in that situation only makes you look like you're thirsting for the attention that he's giving you in that sense. You know what I'm saying? So, in my opinion, Ebro called him out. He said they were at a Colin Kaepernick event, and it was an opportunity for them. They were in the Malcolm X building out in San Francisco, and they had an opportunity to take a picture together, Ebro and Charlemagne, who are competitors. They had an opportunity to hold up Colin Kaepernick, show that solidarity, show that support for each other, and Charlemagne was like, nah, I'm not doing it. And Ebro said, if you really about that black empowerment, if you really about that wokeness that he's speaking on, then you can't do a photo op, or you just speak on situations that are sensationalized, or do you really talk about the stuff that matters? You know what I'm saying? And I would have to agree with Ebro on those statements, because Ebro, in my opinion, keeps it 1,000 when it comes to any issue, situation, anybody being in his studio that talks left on me. He always manages to find the real in the situation and make it straight up. You know what I mean? So I'm not saying anything negative about Donkey Today's great platform. He says his 99% of his topics are funny, they're insightful, and they're sharp. But I think his approach to the Jason Whitlock situation may have been a little bit messy. I think it was a little bit thirsty, and that's all I gotta say about
Charlemagne, if you really, when you check them out, they're like, man, it's always something that Charlemagne is gonna say, negative, I'm just saying in general. You can he put it like this: he can't go a day without saying something off the wall and crazy about a situation. You got to be he kind of make you look at him sideways, though. You know what I mean?
But that's why they like him.
He's a shock jock.
There's no filter. You know what I'm saying with him. But with him and Ebro thing, sometimes some things are bigger than you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So no matter what Ebro and Charlemagne's issue is,
correct,
you gotta put that to the side for this particular picture.
Correct.
You ain't gotta be hugging or nothing. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can just one man on the left, one man on the right. Y'all take the picture for the purpose of the cause and keep it moving.
That's like saying in hindsight, if the opportunity had arisen that Tupac and Biggie could have been at the same table and gotten past their issues in history, would have anybody have wanted to see either one of those people lose their life? No. If you got the opportunity, you carpe diem, you do it, and you make good on it. So, and in hindsight, Ebro got his card now. You know what I mean? Because Ebro was down. You feel me? Hey, C-Mac Mizzle stepped in the building. Shout out to him for one time. But yeah, man, it's it was an interesting conversation, and reading into the layers of that. Right. I was gonna stay away from the Charlemagne thing, but when I seen the Ebro conversation, it's like, man, you know what? Because to me, I feel like again, the issue is the statement that was made by somebody, some bigot, hopping on LeBron's house and painting the N-word on it. That's the issue. And Jason Whitlock and Charlamagne should be able to get out of each other's way to address the real issue. You know what I mean? And Jason Whitlock, I mean, that's dumb. You know, but you know, it is what it is. There's dumb people in this world. You just gotta learn to ignore those dumb people, like Ebro, you know, suggested on it. So.
Dumb.
All right, let's get to the last topic, man.
Oh man, all right. Uber alert. All right. 16-year-old girl brutally murders Uber driver with a machete. Man, she went to work, slicing and dicing, man. Chicago teen is facing murder charges stemming from her bizarre attack on an Uber driver earlier this week. May 30th will forever be a day of the mourning for the family of Grant Nelson, who was violently killed while working his usual cab shift in the northern Chicago region. Nelson had picked up 16-year-old Eliza Wansi from the Walmart store in Skokie at around 3 a.m. So, man, this is late in the morning, man. So, obviously something was on her mind. Records show that it was her third Uber ride in 2 hours, and authorities believe that she spotted it that way. So she was plotting.
She was plotting on somebody.
She was plotting.
She had somebody was gonna catch that elder that night. She was getting that body.
Man. It says the victim was able to pull over in front of a condo building on Lincoln Avenue, where he ran out and banged on the door for help, falling in a patch of grass. Once he will put the car into drive and attempt to escape, but soon crashed. So she, you know what I mean, she she cut him up. You know what I mean, she already plotted it. She really had a lot on her mind.
So what she do? She reached around into the driver's seat and just started poking him?
Well, man, some kind of way he got away. You know what I mean? She took his car and, but eventually crashed. So,
wow.
You never know.
Hey, man.
Who you gonna get in your ride?
I would say that's crazy, but, like, I've seen dudes in this. We made, like, at Eastern Shore News alone, I think there's, like, 4 or 5 girls that have viciously attacked their partners. And I know this was an Uber driver, so this guy ain't deserve it at all. But these women out here, they get a knife into their hand and they just go bananas. Like, you serious right now?
They said she was hiding behind an air conditioning unit behind the building when they found her.
Wow.
We be taking
way
them
to go. Good getaway.
we take them there though sometime, bro.
Listen, that's
we
a
be
whole.
taking them through it though.
Well, we got 30 minutes left on the show. We can't go there tonight, Durran. We can't go there, bro.
We do take them through it.
We got to have a special OG show, love matching connection. You know what I mean? Break down the anatomy of a woman when it comes to that, man. Because these women out here is crazy.
I don't want no parts of that shit.
But she was before her time. 16 years old.
Man,
She just said, you know what? I'm gonna get it out of the way. I'm gonna just go ahead and kill man real quick because I'm angry. I'm not happy.
Man.
Hey, and let's touch on the last topic, which was the Yo Gotti and Young Dolph beef, man. So it stems all the way back. Yeah, I was telling y'all in the back room, Young Dolph got 100 shots put into his car, which was the name of the first song at the CIAA. Some goons ran up on him, sprayed up his car, and Black Youngster just about a month ago was I guess accused of being an accomplice in that shooting when Young Dolph got his car shot up. So Black Youngster comes straight home the day he came home and he's bragging about the shooting.
Crazy. He didn't waste no time.
But so a guy named Black Youngster, what are you gonna? I mean, what do you expect? It's dumb. Like, what are you gonna do?
It's like calling yourself like gang shooter or something.
Yeah, I
go by gang shooter.
If you see any of his IG videos, dude, it's something wrong with him. It's mental health.
And then you got.
I swear, every show, every OG show, since we've been talking about Black Youngster, ain't hit no report. Exactly how he talk.
Yeah, man, it's something wrong with you.
And then design to be like, you know what I mean? So, nah, man, and then from that, Black Youngster's like not, he's saying I'm innocent, right? And then Yo Gotti comes out with his album with Mike Will. It's Gotti Made It or whatever it's called. The first track's called Legacy. And in the first bar, he's like, drove the Lambo to New York. That was legendary.
Yeah.
Shot up Lil Buddy's car because that was necessary. Like, wow. Listen. If they got the legal representation to make sure that they straight on their end, that's cool, man. You know what I mean? Y'all got that long bread and you got them good lawyers that can fight them cases, and you need that for that attention to keep your album sales up. say la vie. But me myself, if I shot a car, which I wouldn't do, if I went out and I had my goons spray up a car, which I wouldn't do.
If you did.
If I did, I would definitely not go on wax and say that I did that.
If your name was Black Youngster, you might.
I mean, but Black Youngster, he's sitting with a charge waiting, and Yo Gotti's like, yo, well, my man just shot up the car. I had to do it too, because I'm the general. You know what I mean? So
That's kind of normal now, though, because that's the era we in, man. You take these little kids, you know,
scary.
They
It's
video
scary.
and everything, man.
You watch The Godfather, like, yo, you watch Godfather 1 through 3, like, yo, the Italian moms back in the day, it wasn't no speaking. It was on sight, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
All these Twitter fingers and then all these, gangsterish, like the Soldier Boy action where he gets on him with all his, texts and
Draco.
Yeah, waving the lasers and the
Purple
screen
Draco.
on IG. Come on. Knock it off, you know what I'm saying? That's corny, man.
Crazy for
That's
real,
corny
man.
for real, so... That's what it is, man. Beating Down Your Block coming to an end.
man. That's what it is. Beating Down Your Block report for today, ladies and gentlemen. You already know what time it is. What's up next? The Beating Down Your Block mix.
Hey, incidentally, let's go back to this topic. I'm not quite done.
All right,
I think we need to implement a part of the show, that we talk about these like dumb rappers and their dumb ass actions. You know what I mean?
We're going.
We're gonna call it hashtag dumb.
It's dumb, bro.
Hashtag dumb.
Hashtag dumb rappers.
Dumb.
Because you know what? At least every other week or whatever, one of them is doing
Something, well, the Kodak,
Yo,
Black
you get the money you
Youngster,
getting, man, just
Kodak
chill.
Black,
Get money,
Black
man.
Youngster. Cats with the name Black in their name are not winning in the rap game right
Black
now.
and little. Little and black. It's your band law. All littles and all blacks need to go.
Live 97.5, the OG show, man. We're going into the Beating Down Your Block for mix one time. Let's get to it, Ski. You ready?
Yeah, man, definitely. Let's go, man. We'll talk. Then I'm gonna bring it in.
Live 97.5, the OG show. We back.
We'll talk. I got you.
What's good? Hey, we talking King of the City right now. You already know. But before we do that, let's talk about where the King of the City location going
Word.
down. OC Car and Truck Show, June 10th, June 11th.
Word.
And it's going to be bananas.
Going down.
You already know the Live
Down.
97.5 team's going to be in the building. And we're going to do an OC Car and Truck Celebrity DJ affair that night. We're bringing down my man DJ Envy as well as DJ Active. And you already know who's on the still. Tavon and Ruckus is going down June 10th, Saturday night, 9 p.m., Ocean City Convention Center. More details coming soon, and we'll let you know about that as it comes. But we just dropped the promo video for the King of the City today. I got my man T Hood in the building.
It's good.
Representing.
It's good.
And in the background, official OG battler, host extraordinaire, C-Man Mizzle. What's good with you, bro?
Man, you know what it is, man. We in the building, man. King of the City, man, is going down.
No
OC
doubt.
Car and Truck Show, man.
And look, man, we was having a hard time finding a venue for the semi, right? So I instead of beating my head against the wall, me and Reef was talking about it, and we were like, yo, how are we gonna make this thing work out? You know what I mean? How are we gonna make this thing really fly? And we couldn't come up with an option. So I said, yo, this is a $1,000 competition. Not only that, it's the rights to be in the King of the Shore on the battle tip. This is gonna be a yearly thing. So you setting the bar real high if you win in this event. And on top of that, the interviews and the all the little perks that come with the video and all that stuff. Shout out to DZ, and all the production's gonna go behind it to make this thing really go on the back end. But just the winning, the aspect of knowing that you're at the top of the heap. You know what I'm saying? I said, you know what? Let's do the semi Saturday. They got 3-4 weeks to prepare for the battle for that. They should be able to have that out the way early. We're going to do the finals the next day, June 11th.
And what that's going to show is who really won it, who's really hungry, who really got what it takes to be the actual King of the City when it comes to the battle tip.
Because how I put it down, and then I put it down in the group message. I was like, look, y'all should be preparing for 3 battles. You know what I mean? The semi-final battle, which you already know about. You got 80 bars. You know what I mean? T-Hood got 80 bars, and then Smooth got Vippa. And y'all should be preparing for that, but y'all should be preparing for, in your case, you should be preparing for Vippa and Smooth tactics. You know what I mean? Be prepared on any angle. That way you could just brush up your whatever you got to do the night before. I know exactly who I'm battling now, and go from there. You feel me? So What's your thoughts, T Hood, going into it? How you strategizing right now? What's your game plan?
Man,
We 1 week out.
to be honest with you, the way I prepare myself for this, man, is I meditate. It might sound weird, but I meditate. Like I'll go off to myself. I'll sit in the room, off to myself, and I just go over my material.
You got to get in your game face on.
My game face. I'm ready.
Now, let me ask you this: the preparation process, and it involves some writing, it involves some strategizing, it involves some background research, a little FBI. You know what I mean? You got to know exactly what your opponent looking like. You know what I'm saying? So, leading up to a battle, you know what I mean? Do you have some open holes, or is everything airtight? You know every bar for bar. You got every hand mannerism, or how's it work?
To be honest with you, as long as I've been preparing for it, I think I've closed up every open hole there is. But I know how I am as I go over my stuff more and more until that final day. I'll be like, let me switch this little thing up right here.
Yeah.
Let me switch that little up right there. I like for things to be in place where it's in a certain place in my rounds.
For sure.
To where it hit right. See with battle rap, it's all about what I learned over the years. It's not exactly about what you say. It's about how you say it and how it hit.
And yo, me being novice in the battle scene, watching the round of 16, then the round of 8. You know, first of all, you know when you're not showing up to a battle, that shows you're not ready. You know what I mean? You're not prepared. And then secondly, you know what I mean? There was a couple of cats that got, they had some bars, they had punchlines, you know what I mean? Like Bolo, I would use it as an example. He was a dope, lyricist, but it was lacking that vibe, that energy, you know what I mean, that come with it.
I always say, man, you could prepare. It's like a test. You know what I'm saying? You could prepare for a test all you want to.
Right.
But once you on that stage, once you in front of your opponent, it's different. It's not rapping in the mirror. You know what I'm saying? You giving off energy to the crowd, to your opponent, and receiving it back. Like, you know what I mean? I've seen a lot of battlers that was dope. An example of something that a lot of battlers can't do. Some battlers don't know how to lose.
Right.
Like, they dope as long as they winning, and they, you know what I mean, they winning the rounds and they carrying the rounds. But when their opponent is saying something crazy back to them, then they get, you know what I'm saying?
Well, that's one thing I will say for all the battlers that have participated so far. They've really, taken loss graciously. You know what I mean? There ain't been
I was impressed. You know what I mean?
Complaining. There ain't no, how you decide that. I mean, I think it was decided. You know what I mean? Like, I know, Chuck Wills, like he admitted, he's like, yo, you ate me up. You know what I mean? So it's like,
and Chuck Wills was dope. I liked him in
he had to find his stride. It took him a minute, you know what I mean? But once he found that groove, he had some bars too. But you know what I mean? Well, I think we put in the promo, you know what I mean? You said you used the line, you know what I mean? Yeah, you ain't Hot Wheels, you bad spots. You know what I mean? So
I'm about to say T Hood was just airtight. You know what I'm saying? I always said that about T Hood. Like, you know what I'm saying? Ever since I've seen him literally from the beginning.
And listen, make no mistake. You know what I mean? I think there's a little talk about maybe T Hood being the favorite. Like, yo, I definitely feel you 100%. But yo, when it comes down to the judging and when it comes down to the essentials of it, we basing these off the guidelines. I personally am not even going to be a judge of it. I'm going to be hosting. I'm going to be a part of it, of course. But I want the battlers to judge this based off of delivery, based on punchline, based on skill, based on aggression, based on all the factors that come a part of being it. I want it to be a fair fight. You feel what I'm saying? And you got like I said in the beginning, you got the brothers, you know what I mean, going against each other with Vippa and Smooth. They've done so many battles together, they become damn near family with it. You know what I mean? So it's hard for them to go head to head, but they'll be right.
It creates a lot of battles like that. It creates a certain dynamic. How are you going to approach each other?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
It's almost like a storyline.
Yeah, like, you know what I mean. So I think that will make for a dope clash. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like T Hood and 80. 80 got bars, and 80's performance is crazy. You know what I'm saying? I've seen 80 win over rooms battling people who was like barred up. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you can never. It's like sports. Like, on any given day.
And I'm gonna tell you right now, that pressure of being in front of that crowd. I've performed in front of the OC Car Show. It's not an easy crowd to speak to. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
And on top of that, you know what I mean? Like you got anywhere from 500 to I've been in front of 1,500 people out there that, you know what I mean, are all different areas. So they're coming in, they're not expecting something that we've been building up locally for, you know what I mean, 6 weeks now. They're not expecting this to go down, but it's about to go down. You know what I mean?
The expectation from crowds that aren't acclimated to battle rap, it always makes for a better battle too, because you never know. You never know how they're going to be interpreting the material. You never know how they're going to be digesting the performances. So it could go any kind of way.
Right. Yeah, and let me say something, yo. I feel that every one of the battlers, you know what I mean, I think they're tested. I think they're ready. I don't think they're gonna have a problem in front of this crowd, and I think the crowd's gonna feel them. You know what I mean? And hopefully, you know, that just that little notoriety will be able to elevate, you know, each one of your statuses. So that's why that part of, you know, the concept going into it. You know, we were a little, you know, hesitant to try to add them together, but you know what I mean. At the end of the day, it was a no-brainer, man, because all 4 artists are equally as dope. They've all got their own styles, and putting them on that main stage is an opportunity that I think each one of y'all deserves. So in the beginning when we talked about it, we were like, yo, this is going to be this, and this is going to be this, and this is how it's going to work out. And it worked exactly the way that we said it was going to. So
for me, I just had to say, like, it's just a dope experience, because I've literally seen every one of these battlers from the beginning of their battle careers to this point, and you know what I mean, to see them be on that stage where they deserve to be and really put on and perform,
no doubt.
It's a dope experience for all of them, and it's a dope experience for me to really see it come full circle. You know what I mean? From, you know what I mean, really jumping out there with Reef and Platinum, you know what I mean, getting.
And make no mistake, I've made my speed bumps as far as promoting something. This has been my hardest promotion to date. You know what I mean? Getting the artists to the venue and making sure everything goes down and timelines, and it's a whole different lifestyle with this battle thing. So when we get to it next year, it's definitely going to be you know, I'll have the experience, and we'll figure it out, and we'll have it a little more airtight than we did this year. But yo, the learning process that's part of what makes the OG show, makes, you know, these things we're doing with Live 97.5 so great, because we're able to create something, you know, that wasn't. So now there is. You know what I'm saying? Definitely. And not saying KBL wasn't there, but you know, even Reef and I have talked about it, like, yo, KBL can come back and it be the platform, and that feeds the event. You know, Chambers has got the his own little battle league building. So now we've got a platform to cultivate the artist and then feed it into something major, something bigger.
Definitely.
So
but I just want to let Chambers know, though, that, you know what I mean, it's KBL battlers in the Final Four, though.
Hey,
ain't no battlers from Chambers platform.
Let's
in the
go.
Final Four, cuz.
None.
So and listen, that's where it starts, man. You know, we starting these conversations. So you know, Chambers, you're on notice,
Holla
man.
at me.
Get your artists right, man, because y'all got some budding talent, but
they got some heaters on it. They got some heaters on their squad.
They're gonna have to go ahead and, you know what I mean, get a few W's under their belt and take a couple of these KBL battlers out to say that they might be able to take that crown next year.
Yeah,
so
man.
somebody from the KBL taking that crown this year, right?
It's coming home to the Crush League this year, man.
No doubt, man. Well, that's what it is, man. We're wrapping up another OG show. We've gone long on everything, but on the way out, we're gonna check this new track by T Hood. You want to introduce it, my man?
Yeah, most definitely. I got this new track, T Hood, Ryder. Got my man Ryder in the back. It's called Solid, and it's crazy the way we came up with this, man. But we got a whole, even down to the video, we got a whole vision together. So
salute to my man Reef, because that's his tagline, solid. Solid, you know what I mean? And that's what we do on the OG show. We keep it solid every day, every week, every Sunday night, you know what I mean? You can check us on the Facebook Live page, the OG show. We need to get our followers up, so give us a click.
Check us out.
We're always live, you know what I mean, on Sundays. So, you know, we're just trying to do it for the community, do it for the people, do it for the culture, man. Thank you to all our fans each week.
Supporters.
Yeah, no doubt. And that. Hey, and we out of here. OG Show Live 97.5 T Hood. Let's go.